All right, hello. John Beckman, Professor John Beckman, Dr. John Beckman, the father of Sid, the transgenic mother of sin, your hostess with the mostest. Really tight, got a green screen in the back. Hopefully it doesn't turn black. Half my brain tied behind my back just to make it fair. Okay, let's go. I got to issue the challenge today for scientific illustration, which is the water bear battle. So let's look at the specs for the water bear battle. In case people don't know what water bears are, they are tardigrades. They look like this.
Celebrity of the microcosmos. So, tardigrades. They're chubby, and they have heads and legs and butts, and they look, at first glance, somewhat familiar. That's why we sometimes call them water bears, or even better, in our opinion, moss piglets, because they are often in the aquatic environments that cling to mosses. But they are also very unlike macro animals. For one thing, they have 8 legs. For another thing, they are not closely related to anything else on Earth.
All right, you get the gist. They're little strange 8-legged piglets that walk and eat moss. They are animals, tiny microscopic animals. So let's look at the specs for the challenge. The water bear battle. Okay, your file must be 300 dpi dots per inch, 11 inches wide, 17 inches in height, must be saved as a .psd file. Don't merge all your layers. Keep your layers unmerged, although I permit mergence of layers for organization. The file name must be first_last water bear battle.psd. Okay, and that gets uploaded into the scientific illustration box folder for challenge 1. Here's the challenge. You must draw 6 unique water bears. 6 unique water bears. You cannot use color. You must only use black and white. Shades of gray are permitted. In at least one water bear, you need to do an instance of cross-hatching and an instance of stippling and an instance of gray wash. Okay, so we're working on our black and white coloration kind of skills. And here's where the meta challenge gets really interesting. Okay, you have to do 6 water bears. They can't just be normal water bears. Okay, you have to draw them in a very specific style. Okay, water bear 1 is from the universe of Frank Miller's Sin City. All right, so here is the style of Frank Miller's Sin City. The style of Frank Miller's Sin City is you are only allowed solid chunks of black and solid chunks of white. So I would encourage you to go to Google or Pinterest, take a look at Frank Miller's very unique style. So water bear 1 must be from the universe of Frank Miller's Sin City. Water bear 2 must be from the universe of Tom Huck. So trigger warning. Here is Tom Huck's universe. There's Tom Huck. These are examples of the universe of Tom Huck. So your water bear needs to come from the universe of Tom Huck. Okay, water bear 3 needs to come from the universe of Albrecht Dürer, or Dürer. All right, so here are some examples of Albrecht Dürer etchings and engravings and woodcuts. This is Albrecht Dürer's, one of his most famous ones, Night, Death, and the Devil. Okay, so water bear 3 has to come from the universe of Albrecht Dürer. Water bear 4 must come from the universe of H.R. Geiger. Okay, these are examples of H.R. Geiger art. He was the set designer for Alien, as well as Prometheus. He has a very unique style. Let me see if I can find a good one. Okay, here's an example of a good H.R. Geiger example. Okay, water bear 5 must come from the universe of Otto Dix, and specifically Dix's etching print series Der Krieg. Okay, these are examples of etchings from Otto Dix's Der Krieg. So there's going to be lots of gray wash in here. Now these are intaglio, but you can see lots of gray wash style techniques, sharp lines. This is one of Dix's most famous from this series. Okay, so water bear 5 must come from Der Krieg universe. And water bear 6 comes from the universe of Kathy Kollwitz's woodcuts. So Kathy Kollwitz is a German expressionist from the same period as Otto Dix, actually. These are examples of style of Kathy Kollwitz. All right, so what to practice during this challenge? Practice proportion, line consistency, cross-hatching, gray wash, shadows, shading, stippling. All black and white techniques. All these artists draw extremely different in black and white color. So it's going to give you a really good example of all the diversity in which that you can draw in simply just black and white. So what's going to happen with the water bears? Once everybody finishes their 6 water bears, they will upload their PSD file into the Auburn box, and then I'm going to initiate a fight to the death war card style. So I'm going to put this one versus this one, and I'm going to instantly pick who's the winner, and I will put them through a tournament tree of circuits to determine who is the winning water bear from each universe. Whoever wins each universe gets $10 cash for the best water bear of each universe. I am the judge. Let the games begin. Have a good day.
Let the games be your time to die. I shall meet death head on. I shall meet death head on. Decade, you've got to get out of here. Beware foul demons and beasts, there are many foes here. The time has come to cleanse my homeland. This monastery reeks with evil and corruption. Oh, I hate staining my hands with the blood of foul sorcerers. Eternal suffering would be too great for you, Diablo. Let the gate be your time to die. I shall meet death head on. I shall meet death head on. Decade, you've got to get out of here. Beware foul demons and beasts, there are many foes here. The prime evils are no more. The prime